Now, LG OLED TV prices have been revealed, and I gotta say, they're a bit higher than last year. Alright, a little bit of background on this. LG OLED prices in the EU have leaked last year around this time as well, so we should see them really shortly popping up in the US. That I just want to get out of the way. Now, am I going to be able to convert these to US prices? No, but I'll try to give a little bit of a guesstimate, and we'll compare last year's EU launch prices to this year's and see if we can make any sense of that. Alright, so going down the line here, we have in 2021 the G1 was 2,400 euros, and now we see the G2 in 2022 is 2,500 euros. That's a 100 euro increase. And how did that translate to the US for the G1? Well, it was 2,200 at launch. So my guess for the G2 launch, even though it has gone up 100 euros, I think it'll be about 2,200 for the US. Now remember, these are just going to be my guesses. I know the currency doesn't convert one for one, so just keep that in mind. I'm sort of basing it off of what the G1 launched at in the US last year, and I don't think they would change it too much based off of this price discrepancy here. Now moving on to the 65-inch, we do see 3,500 euros in the G1 for last year. Now it's going to be 3,600 euros for the 65-inch. And once again, I see there's going to be no change for the G1 to the G2 in the US prices. 77-inch, we have 6,500 for the 77-inch G1. So the G2 is actually going to be 6,000 euro, which is 500 less. So for the US, I think that we're going to see 4,299, so 4,300 for the G2. Of course, the G1 was not available in the 83-inch size last year, so all we have for the G2 77-inch is 9,000 euros. Based off of that, I'm going to guess that the US launch price is going to be $6,000. So let's move on to the C1 in the 48-inch size, the 1,300 euros for the C1 in 2021. Now we're seeing the C2 be 1,400. In 2021, the C1 launched at 1,500, so my guess is that the C2 will also launch at 1,500 in the 48-inch size. The 55-inch size is a one that is really interesting to me. We see that the C1 was 2,000 euro, and we're going to see it launch at 2,300 euro in the C2. Now this is a little bit of a price increase, so I do think we could see it reflect onto the actual 55-inch C2 price tag. Maybe we're looking at a 1,899 price tag for the C2, so 1,900 is my guess for the C2. The C1 launched at 1,800 in the US, so I think a $100 price tag increase isn't out of the realm of possibility. Now 65-inch, we're talking 2,800 for the C1, and for the C2 we're seeing 3,200 euro. That is a 400 euro increase. Now that is quite a big price jump as well. So my prediction is you will see a $200 price jump in the US. The C1 launched at 2,500 last year in the US. I think it will launch at 2,700 in the 65-inch size this year. So those are two things that I saw right away that kind of jumped out at me, is you got two big increases for the C1 in the 55 and 65-inch size. So what about 77? How does that fare? So the 77-inch TV is actually going to be going up 100. So 5,300 euro for the C1, and this year for the C2, we're looking at a 5,400 euro launch price. Again, that's a 100 euro increase. That to me doesn't feel like it's going to warrant a big price change in the 77-inch size. So the C1 launched at $3,800 US. So again, I see it being $3,800 US for the 77-inch size. What about the 83-inch size? We see it was 8,000 euro in 2021 for the C1, and now this year it's going to be 7,500 for the C2. How will this factor into the C1's price tag? 83-inch size, I do see that coming down a little bit. $6,000 launch tag for the 2021 C1 last year. We've been kind of hearing that the 83-inch sizes will come down a little bit, so 5,500 launch price for the C2 doesn't seem impossible. We're going to review all the new 2022 TVs this year, so hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.